Welcome to Lash Baby's Killing It, where lash artistry meets empowerment, your go-to podcast for all lash artists. I'm Yoyis, your host, and after 5 incredible years in the lash industry, I've learned a thing or two about what it takes to succeed. From humble beginnings to building a thriving lash empire, I've poured my heart and soul into serving my community and helping others succeed. Through this podcast, I aim to share the insights, tips, and stories that have shaped my career while providing a platform for lash artists to learn, grow, and thrive. With a focus on mentorship, community, and empowerment, Lash Baby's Killing It is more than just a podcast, it's a movement. Join me as we embark on this journey together and unleash our inner lash boss. Keep killing it, babes. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey Lash Babes, welcome back to another Lash Babe is Killing It episode. And for today's episode, I wanted to make it a little extra special. If you do not know, I mainly only post my video podcast episodes on my Yoyis Plus membership. So anybody that is a Yoyis Plus member does have access to the video content of the podcast. If you are interested in watching the videos, I highly recommend for you guys to sign up to Yoyis Plus. That way you guys can go watch the videos and get to see all the people that I interview. But for today's episode is a little extra special because it is a very special topic that is very trendy right now. I feel like this topic right now is very controversial, not just only for the people who are in the lash industry, but also for clientele or people who have gotten lash extensions and no longer have gotten it. So right now, everybody and their mama is talking about, is the lash industry dying? And that is why I decided to also post it on YouTube so you guys as well can listen to this episode. And if you guys do like this podcast episode, I recommend for you guys to not only follow me on Spotify because this episode is available on Spotify, but if you would like to see any of the last episodes but in video content, I recommend for you guys to sign up to Yoyis Plus. And if you have no idea what Yoyis Plus is, it is the one and only lash membership in the industry as of right now that is designed to not only help you save money on supplies, but also education and guidance as far as like mentorship and coaching. And I do all of that. So for only $19.99, you get access to all 6 of my online courses. That is classic volume, mega volume, wispy styling, retention, and social media mastery. I'm currently working on my styling class, and this is going to teach you guys how to style each client depending on their features. That one is getting ready to drop very, very soon. So it is going to be available hopefully in the next 2 weeks. And again, it's been a very, very difficult course to finish because there is so much that goes into actually learning, or let alone me teaching how to style an individual. So that course is going to be dropping very soon, and it is going to be available for free if you are a Yoyis Plus member. Nowhere else do they give you all online courses, and you do get certified for only $19.99. Not only that, you get up to 50% off on my products and free shipping if you are within the United States. Plus, you also get monthly kickbacks as rewards that you can use for products. So you are saving even more money there. I'm telling you guys, if I would have been a beginner lash artist or even an intermediate, doesn't really matter. If there was something like this when I first got started, I felt like I would have been further ahead than I am now. And this is why I decided to create my Yoyis Plus membership, because I'm telling you, it is going to help you out tremendously. Not only are you saving money on products, but you're saving money on everything else, online courses. And I'm telling you, with these times, and I think this kind of goes along with what I'm going to talk about in this episode. But in these times, it's hard, you know. A lot of people are cutting out lash extensions because they can't afford to keep up with it. And we as lash artists, we put a lot of money into not only buying high quality products, but also growing and learning and investing money into our education. So at least some of us value the amount of money that we invest into growing and being good lash artists. So we should be charging more than $60, like these people are saying out there that that should be luxury prices. But you know what? At the end of the day, everybody is in different class levels. And for somebody, $60 does seem like a lot of money, but for a lot of people, $60 is chump change. So, why is this even a hot topic right now? Why are girls or even just people in general saying that the lash industry is dying? And for me, not only as a consumer, or I used to be a consumer as a lash artist as well, and also a product supplier and an educator, like I've been in all the areas of what it means to be a lash artist. I started off as finding out what lash extensions were and going to get my lashes done and paying $75 for extensions, thinking that that was a lot of money back then. To now, me being a lash artist and educator and knowing that $75 is really on the low end of what lash prices should be. And I can see why a lot of clients or girls who want to upkeep with lash extensions feel like $75 is a lot of money, mainly because of their class level. And I'm going to keep going back to this because I grew up in a big family. Okay. I have 8 siblings in total. It's a big family. I grew up, my dad working 24/7. He was always working, never home, trying to provide for us. And I grew up with hand me downs. I never had new clothes or new shoes. Everything was handed down to me. So I know what it means to be broke. I know what it means to not have electricity one weekend because we didn't have enough money to pay for the bills, or eating just rice and beans because that was the only thing that we could afford to eat that week, let alone that month, you know? So I come from very humbly beginnings and I had to work my way up. Okay. When I first started getting lash extensions, $75 to me was a lot of money. And somehow I ended up getting allergic reaction. So I no longer can get lash extensions. But me personally, if I was able to, I would pay $300 to $400 for lash extensions if it took for me to get a high quality lash artist giving me the best of the best. Okay. So back in the day, I would have never in my life imagined or even thought about paying $300 for a lash tip because that was a lot of money for me back in the day. Now I've worked so hard to be able to have that luxury and that lifestyle because of the work that I've put in. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Is depending on your mindset is going to play a huge role on what you think is luxury and what isn't, right? When I hear girls complaining that it's too much of a maintenance or it's too much, you know, to keep up, I get it because I grew up like that. I understand, I've been there. But it's also sad thinking that they're like it's kind of like a cancel culture where they're trying to cancel lash extensions because it's too much, like we're charging too much. But do you realize that not everybody comes from the same classes? Not everybody thinks that $65 is a lot of money. There's people out there with money, lot of money, because I have clients who come from that lifestyle, who have money, and they're willing to pay those prices. And to them, it's nothing. They're out traveling every weekend, you know, living the life, eating at expensive restaurants, buying expensive stuff. Like to me, like that is mind blowing because it is a beautiful thing knowing that there are people like that out there and I service them, you know, and they are willing to pay my prices, no questions asked. So to think or for people to even say that the lash industry is dying, let me just put a stop here to you guys. Do you guys realize how much money the lash industry is making? It is making so much money. Okay, so the lash market is valued right now at $1.36 billion. Okay, $1 billion. Do you realize that there's a lot of lash artists out there that are millionaires? Millionaire lash artists, but not just from servicing people, but they also, you know, somehow they have courses, they sell products, you know, they do other things other than just doing lash extensions. But do you realize that a full-time lash artist can be making anywhere to $50 to $100,000 a year just doing lash extensions alone? That's more than a school teacher makes, okay? Do you realize that we make a lot of money doing the things that we do? And I can see why people are getting mad about the money and the prices that we are charging, because it is a lot of money if you were to think about it. The other thing too is that we value the work that we put in. We value the amount of money we put in to our education and learning and improving and growing. Okay, so let me put it into perspective. So to think that the lash industry is dying is absurd, because by 2028, the lash industry is projected to be worth double of that. So literally in 5 years, the lash industry is going to double its worth. Like, do you not realize that if you are not a part of this, you're going to be left behind, okay? I think the biggest reason of why it's so controversial right now, or why people are saying that it's dying, is mainly because right now it's kind of trendy. Like, you have to think about it. Trends come and go, okay? I remember when mega volume was a trend and everybody wanted mega volume. And now all of a sudden, everybody wants natural lashes to the point where it almost looks like their own natural lashes. But do you realize that even with classic lashes, lash extensions do not even look natural? But it's like a thing right now. It's very trendy to have this clean girl, soft girl, natural look. But I feel like that's going to die too. And it's a trend, okay? It's a trend. It's gonna come and go just like Mega Volume did, but I feel like Mega Volume is gonna make its rise again, and people are gonna be here for it, okay? And also, too, I get that people in the industry feel a little threatened because they think that cluster lashes are taking over. But do you realize that cluster lashes have been around for a very, very long time? And right now it's becoming a new thing. But the way that I think about it is that cluster lashes are never going to be lash extensions, because cluster lashes will never give you that customization that a real professional lash artist can give somebody. Yes, the thing about cluster lashes is that you are able to put them on in no time. The thing about it too is that I be seeing some girls wearing these cluster lashes up to 2 weeks. And do you not realize that that causes more damage than what lash extensions do? The only reason why lash extensions cause damage is because the lash artist was not careful. They did not isolate properly. They probably used too much glue, or the client themselves was picking at their own natural lashes, causing them to get bald spots and their lashes were not growing properly. Or they were just adding way too much weight and it caused so much breakage and damage. Or the lash artists themselves added way too much weight to the natural lash, causing those natural lashes to break and become very brittle. But do you realize that cluster lashes cause more damage than single eyelash extensions do? So for people to say that, hey, I was going to this lash artist, okay, you probably went to a cheap lash artist. When you go to a cheap lash artist, that's technically what you get, okay? You pay what you get for, okay? If you are looking for a lash artist under $100, you can guarantee there's going to be damage, or most likely they're beginner lash artists still trying to find their way and their skills, okay? So to think that they are paying a lot of money and expect to get high quality work, it doesn't work like that, okay? If you want good quality work and you want a lash artist that's going to take care of your lashes, then you got to go a little bit above and spend a little bit more money, okay? So do not be getting mad at these cheap lash artists and thinking that they damage your lashes. But again, you get what you pay for. I'm saying this because I used to be a beginner once. I used to charge cheap prices. Not saying that I used to damage people's lashes, but my skill level wasn't there yet. That's why I was charging so low. So for people out there bashing all lash artists, saying that we damage natural lashes, that is not the case, okay? So to compare DIY cluster lashes to lash extensions is out of the picture. There is no comparison, because cluster lashes will never give you that fluffiness or that exact styling you want compared to an actual lash artist. Do you realize that there's lash artists out there, like me including, that they can easily take somebody's features and give them a specific styling just for that person? Cluster lashes cannot do that, okay? You're just literally putting on clusters on your eyes and then calling it a day. The good thing about DIY cluster lashes is that once you get the hang of it, you're able to do both eyes in less than 5 minutes. They are so easy to use and, good to go. But the thing about it is that a lot of these girls do not wash their lashes, okay? They do not take care of their lashes, and they are trying to get away by using these cluster lashes for longer than 2 weeks. I've seen girls who go up to 3, 4 weeks with the same cluster lash. You know how disgusting that is? I could only imagine what is in their lashes, because we as lash artists, we know that you're supposed to be washing your lashes daily. Me personally, I'm allergic to extensions. I say this all the time, and it's not because I'm allergic to glue or the products. It's just I'm allergic to my husky. Before I got him, I used to get lash extensions religiously. Like, I loved getting my lashes done, but then I didn't realize that I was allergic to huskies in general, and I constantly had to be getting allergy shots because of my husky, because I'm severely allergic to him. My body is so out of whack. My allergies are so severe. I cannot get lash extensions, and I use cluster lashes once in a while. But the thing with me is I only use them up to 4 days max. Okay. I do not go anything past 4 days, because I know that that is not safe for my own natural lashes. Okay. I've gone up to 7 days to see, okay, this was a test, not just so because I wanted to and I was being lazy, but to see if cluster lashes do cause damage past the 3 to 4 day mark. And let me tell you, I'm still struggling with a bald spot right in the center of my right eye. And I've been off cluster lashes for like 3, 4 weeks already, just because I'm trying to let my natural lashes grow. So, yes, cluster lashes do damage your own natural lashes worse, way worse than what regular lash extensions will ever do to your own natural lashes, just by you wearing it longer than 1 week. Okay. We don't want that. Do you realize how many natural lashes you are gluing to one cluster lash, and then think that that's not causing damage? Like, that is so bad. Take it from someone who uses them, okay? Because I just love that the way lash extensions look, and cluster lashes is the closest thing to lash extensions. And I absolutely hate wearing strip lashes now. I refuse to wear strip lashes. I can see where the debate is when it comes to these girls saying, I'm never going back to lash extensions because, one, they take forever, two, it's expensive and the maintenance is ridiculous, and three, I don't have the money for it. I get it. Okay, I can see both sides of the story. But do you realize that you're actually causing more damage to your own natural lashes long term compared to eyelash extensions? I would rather pay $300 a month to make sure that my own natural lashes are staying healthy long term than use cluster lashes for like a whole month and give myself bald spots that probably those lashes will never grow back again. Okay. It's like waxing. The more you are picking at those lashes, the more that those lashes are being yanked out, because that's exactly what you're doing when you're letting those cluster lashes grow out up to 3, 4 weeks, is those lashes are growing at different rates, and some lashes are going to end up being yanked out by the lashes that are growing out faster. And I know, because at the 3, 4 day mark, I can already feel some pinching, a slight discomfort coming from the cluster lashes. And that's when I know, okay, I need to remove these lashes before my own natural lashes are yanked out by these clusters. So that's how you know it's time to replace them. And I can't believe these girls are going up to 2, 3 weeks and raving about it, that those cluster lashes had lasted that long. It is not healthy and it's not good. Okay. Take it from someone who is a lash artist but uses cluster lashes religiously, on the safe side. Okay. So again, I only use them up to 3 to 4 days. And this just depends if I have like a special occasion, or if I'm like recording content the whole weekend. It just depends on my week. Other than that, I try not to wear them as much. So to think that the lash industry is dying is the funniest thing I've ever heard. And for the lash artists who do feel threatened by this, or feel intimidated that they might be out of a job, do not fall for this, because it is just a trend. Okay, it is just a trend for broke girls who are mad that they can't afford us anymore. I'm sorry to say it, but it is what it is. Okay. Just because cluster lashes are on the rise does not mean that lash artists are going to lose their job, okay? There's still a lot of people out there who are willing to pay the prices, and there's still a lot of people out there who the economy has not even bothered them, okay? I get most of us do not come from that world, and most of us do have to work, and for a lot of people, that's a full day's work to be able to afford for that fill, you know? And I completely get it. But the same way that cluster lashes or even the clean girl look is in, I'm here to tell you that that's going to be a trend that comes and goes just like everything else out there. And you should be taking advantage of social media. The same way that social media is out there promoting the clean girl aesthetic, the no lash extension aesthetic, or the DIY cluster aesthetic, is the same way you should take advantage of social media and heavily promote your service, okay? And social media has such a big role on why this topic is even relevant right now. So the fact that most of us are not on social media or even using social media to our advantage is the biggest reason of why you are struggling to begin with, okay? That is the biggest reason of why you are terrified of this topic or why you feel like the lash industry is going to die. So why should you even pursue it? Is mainly because you yourself have not given your business 100%. If you're not on social media, you are not giving your business 100%. And I'm here to tell you that the same way that these girls are trying to take over and make it seem like the lash industry is dying is the same way that we as lash artists can take over and show why we are going to thrive and why in 2028 we're all going to be millionaires and we're going to be making a lot of money in this industry because we decided to keep going and pursue it and work harder than ever before. So, not only that, there has been so many advancements in technology, okay? The quality of extensions have improved so much. I'm here to tell you that when I first got started in the industry, even 5 years ago, like some products were just not all there. And now the fibers, the material that is being used to create lash extensions, the adhesive itself, the tools, everything has improved so much just even in this 5 years alone. Not only that, there's robots that do eyelash extensions. There is UV lights that supposedly make your retention better, but I've kind of been in for a while now that I know that retention is all skill, not just the glue you are using. But even then, it's safe to say that it's only going to get better from here. The products are going to keep getting better. The lash artists are going to keep getting better. And nothing like DIY lashes is going to take that away from us. Okay. So let me put this into perspective. If you were to think about the nail industry, do you realize how massive the nail industry is? There's girls out there making so much money being artists and educators and suppliers that even with all the DIY press-ons out there, girls are still seeking nail techs. Girls are still going out there and paying money for nail techs. There's two types of girls, okay? The girls who prefer to go to the Asian nail salons because they're cheaper and they're faster, compared to the girls who would go to a private nail tech because the quality of their work is a lot better. They don't mind paying those extra prices. It's the same thing with lash artists, okay? The girls who go to cheaper beginner lash artists because that's all they can afford, compared to girls who seek out professional lash artists who charge a little bit more but don't mind paying those prices, okay? There's two types of nail techs, there's two types of lash artists, and it's still the same. There's still press on nails out there, but girls are still seeking out nail techs. Why? Because the quality is there and the service is there compared to getting or you sitting there putting on press on nails, okay? Me, because of the amount of things that I do, I don't have the time to go to a nail salon, let alone to continue going to my nail girl. This girl was like taking 3 hours, and I totally get it. But it got to the point where I didn't have the time anymore. So that's why I jumped into doing press on nails. So I understand where that's coming from. I understand that some girls don't have the time, but to compare it because they don't have money, then that's a different story. Okay. I can easily go and get my nails done. To me, that's nothing, but I don't have the time for it. That's why I decide to go and do my own press on nails. But the difference is there, okay? These press on nails do not last me longer than a week, okay? So it's still, the quality is not there. The same as DIY lashes, the quality is not there, okay? So when I was getting my lash extensions done, they would last me 2 to 3 weeks, still looking like a full set. And even my girls can go up to 4 weeks with their lashes still looking like a full set, because I built my scale up to that point where I know that those lash extensions are gonna last. It also depends on the client. Everybody has different retention depending on their own natural body. So you can't compare one person to the next because their body reacts differently. And some people's lashes grow slower, some people's lashes grow faster. So to sit there and complain that retention was not good is probably because you were going to a bad lash artist, okay? Retention comes from skill. And if you are a beginner lash artist who is struggling with retention, I'm sorry, I'm not calling you bad. It's just your skills are not there yet, okay? But for somebody who is just a client or somebody that used to get lash extensions and is blaming their retention on the lash artist, I get it. Remember, you get what you pay for. So for the girls who are out there saying that the lash industry is dying, I'm here to tell you that the nail industry is still thriving even after years and years and years and years and years and years of those press-on nails being available to the masses. The nail industry is still thriving. So why are girls feeling threatened by this? Why are girls feeling like, oh my God, I need to quit because it's better if I do it now than later, because everybody, we're going to go out of business. Girls don't want to pay for it. And again, there is no comparison. DIY cluster lashes will never compare to the service and the customization and the personalization. And not only that, but the safety of what lash artists do, okay? So in my opinion, no, we are here to stay. We're stronger than ever before. Our industry is only going to continue growing and making more money. I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather become a millionaire doing lash extensions and working on my own time and having the flexibility and the independence to work for myself and make as much money as I want to than to work for somebody else and then they tell me how much I'm going to make. No, thank you. I would much rather do what I do. The lash industry is expected to make billions and billions of dollars in 5 years. Then I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but I'm going to be one of those. And I want to take you guys all with me. Just saying, okay? I'm not going to be left behind. I am not going to be left behind. I am going to be one of those people. And I'm saying this now because I can see it, I can feel it, and I know it, okay? So do not feel threatened. Do not think that we are dying. This is only the beginning. We are still in this baby stage. I feel like we're more of a teenager now. We're still a teenager, okay? Our industry is growing. We have so much potential and we're only getting started. So, for everyone who tuned in today, I'm here to put you guys at ease and let you guys know that there is no competing. DIY cluster lashes will never compete with what we do. They just will never compete, okay? The same way that DIY nail press ons will never compete with the nail industry. I'm here to tell you it's the same thing for what it is that we do. And the same thing, too, like if you were to think about the hair industry, that is worth so much more. And if you were to think about it, box dyes will never do what hairstylists do. I think the only thing that you can kind of get away with is box like black hair dye. That is the only thing you can kind of get away with. But if you want to do like a balayage or you want to bleach your hair, box dye will never give you the results that a hairstylist will give you. The same way with DIY cluster lashes will never give you the results that a professional lash artist will give you. So why are we even comparing it? Why are we even saying that the industry is dying? It's kind of ridiculous. It's stupid. It's stupid in my opinion, okay? There's just no comparing it. DIYs are for the girls who don't have time and don't have money. So why are those girls comparing both? It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm saying it how it is, okay? Coming from someone that does not have time and who mainly goes to using DIY cluster lashes or press on nails because I don't have the time. If I had the time, yes, I would go to if I have like a very special event, I would be like, okay, you know what? I need to make time to get these nails done. But other than that, it's not a need or necessity for me. The same way that lash extensions are not a necessity for a lot of people. So for the girls who truly value lash extensions, they're going to make the time and they're going to make the money to figure out how to get them, right? So for the girls who do not find that's a necessity or do not value it, and that's word value, these girls who do not value lash extensions are the ones that are saying the industry is dying. Why are we putting our self-worth down and the worth of the industry because other people don't value us? It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with us. So I know I've kind of been rambling. I've been rambling on and on and on, but I felt like I just needed to get this off my chest and just speak some facts, okay? For the girls complaining that our prices are ridiculous, then that's kind of not our problem. The same way that the economy is getting worse and worse, the rent is getting higher, the cost of food is getting higher, everything like our prices went up so drastically that I understand that if you have to cut out lash extensions because you can afford it, then that's a different story. But then to completely bash the industry and say that we shouldn't be charging X amount of money because you can no longer afford it, I'm sorry, but you know what? We had to feed our families too. We had to put food on our table. We had to pay our bills just like everybody else out there. Lash extensions are not a necessity for a lot of people, and that's okay. But for the girls who do value this industry and who continue to support us and pay us to keep us afloat, then we truly thank each one of our clients, because without people seeking out lash artists, there technically wouldn't be an industry. And it's those people who have set the expectations of the lash industry and why we are here to stay. Okay. So, thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. I know I kind of just vented and ranted a little bit. So, thank you guys for listening. I feel like I just need to get off my chest and talk a little bit about it. And for all of you guys who are watching me on YouTube, if you guys would like to continue watching these episodes, especially when I have guest stars on here, then I recommend for you guys to sign up to Yoyis Plus, because that's where I usually post all of my video content for my Lash Babe is Killing It podcast. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.